Fun fact, Pokemon Sword and Shield was revealed on February 27, 2019, which is Pokemon's 23rd anniversary. My name is JuniorAlexanderLeiva, aka Mr. Awesome, and here's 10 reasons to get hyped for Pokemon Sword and Shield. Number 1. It's a new mainline Pokemon game. Pokemon Sword and Shield ushers in a new generation of Pokemon for, you guessed it, the Pokemon fans. And this being the 8th generation, fans were patiently waiting for. And since this is the first main Pokemon game for the Nintendo Switch, cause you know, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee really don't count as mainline Pokemon games at all. They're more on the lines of spin-offs. And before you argue, Game Freak themselves have even acknowledged that those games were basically for the newbies.
Pokemon trainers who have experienced so many adventures with us up until now. For the new trainers who held a Pokeball for the first time in the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu game, or the Pokemon Let's Go Eevee game. And for all those out there looking to become Pokemon trainers for the first time.
But like I was saying, there's a lot of expectations going on. And you know, from what we've seen so far, everything seems to be coming along quite nicely. Plus, it's the first core Pokemon experience on the Nintendo Switch. You know, a high definition home console. You know, it's also a handheld, but disregard that last part. And this game has been crafted for all types of Pokemon players, but mostly for those older hardcore fans of the games. Cause come on, they really need their hardcore Pokemon fix now, cause you know, Let's Go was more of a casual experience. Based on what I've heard of, cause I've never played Let's Go. Number 2. The starter Pokemon are just phenomenal. Let me say this, in my opinion, Gen 1 and Gen 4 have the best looking starter Pokemon in the franchise. And I'll be honest with you guys, this might be a bit biased because I grew up watching the Gen 1 anime and playing the Gen 4 games. But, you know, seeing these new starter Pokemon, as a non-Pokemon fan myself, I gotta say, these designs are looking fresh and very, very unique. Don't get me wrong though, the other starters in the other generations are cool looking, but not as much as these three. I'm seeing these amazing fan art people are posting on these 3 cute starter Pokemon, and to be frank, I'm very excited to see what their mid and final evolutions will look like. And don't get me wrong, at first you have to get used to looking at these designs. They're all baby looking and stuff, but if you take a look at these 3 starter Pokemon alongside the other generation starters, I'm not gonna lie, they feel right at home. Also, to be honest with you guys, I'm pretty much on the fence for the game. I'm hyped for it, but I'm on the fence for the game. But I might just go Team Scorbunny, cause, I mean, look at this guy, man. This dude burned up the grass with his feet. Number 3, the Galar Region. So as per every generation of Pokemon, the region that takes place is based off a real world location. And to be honest, I didn't know this until the Unova generation came along. Which, fun fact, which takes place in New York City and Eastern New Jersey. And as some of you know, I'm from New Jersey, and knowing that this takes place here feels exhilarating in a way. And now, I can imagine how excited those folks are over at the United Kingdom. Shout outs to my UK based subscribers. I bet you guys are very hyped to be represented in this new Pokemon game. You know, especially after all this negative stigma on Article 13 and all that serious stuff that this video has nothing to do about. It seemed very interesting that the Galar region looks to cover a lot, if not the entirety of the UK. I'm glad to see Pokemon is continuing the trend of using real-world places in their universe. It just adds more reason to be hyped for these games. Number 4. The most open-world Pokemon game to date. Now, this ain't no Breath of the Wild or anything, but seeing these few clips of the trainer walking around in a bigger area than usual, it's pretty jarring. I mean, it isn't like, oh my god or anything, but it doesn't look dull or boring as some open world games tend to be. But don't take this as Pokemon Sword and Shield being a full-fledged sandbox Pokemon game like Grand Theft Auto or again Breath of the Wild. Just imagine this game being a bigger Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and from the looks of it, Game Freak isn't having a hard time implementing things to look amazing in the background and in the surrounding areas, you know, as buildings, objects, and so on and so forth. But speaking about the background and surrounding areas, number 5, The background graphics are beautiful. Now many people online are saying that doesn't look like it's using the Switch's power when it comes to graphics, and I have to sadly agree, but I only have to agree for the character models. These models look to be ripped from the 3DS version and are made to be high resolution so it could look nice on the Switch. But to be honest, let's cut Game Freak some slack. There are how many Pokemon? Hold up, let me research this real quick. Hold up, what? There are over 807 Pokemon in all 7 generations? Bro, no wonder Game Freak looks like they ported all these Pokemon from 3DS. You know how many new models they have to make for each new Pokemon installment? Guys, cut them some slack, man. That's 807. This is even counting the new Pokemon. I bet you now with Generation 8, there's gonna be over 1,000 Pokemon. Not over 9,000, but over 1,000. But enough about the models. But let me say something about those backgrounds, cause boy, these are looking really fire. Just look at the lighting effects on some of these and how not blocky and edgy everything looks compared to the previous games. And let's be honest, our eyes will be geared towards the background and objects more towards the models in the hub world anyway. Like, yeah, you look at your character and stuff, but like, you know, you gotta look at the background to see where you're going. So I think that's more important than the models, to be honest, because those are a one-time thing versus a every-time thing. Number 6, playing with all the generations. So main criticism I've heard from Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee from Pokemon fans is that the Let's Go games really only focus on the first generation of Pokemon. And while this is unfortunate, these Let's Go games were catered to those Pokemon Go fans who stuck around all these years playing Pokemon Go, and you know, seeing how popular the Switch has gotten, and seeing how Pokemon Go is literally the most accessible Pokemon game in existence. As of now at least, since it's free and all, it can be understood why only Gen 1 would be used. And Gen 1 is really the most iconic generation. I know people that know all 151 Pokemon. And could it be because of that rap song from the anime? I think so.
Joe Dinklet, Nidoran, Mankey, Venusaur, Rattata, Fearow, Pidgey, King, Jolteon, Dragonite, Ghastly, Ponyta, Vaporeon.
And now in Generation 8, with Pokemon Sword and Shield, that isn't the case anymore. I saw Pokemon from different generations, and it's reassuring to see everyone's favorite Pokemon will be included in high definition this time. Because, you know, some Pokemon, not even some, most Pokemon aren't even in high definition, because some Pokemon weren't even seen since Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Huh, now if only I can use my team from Pokemon Pearl. Number 7, it's the main Pokemon game to be played on the home console. I know it seems like a rehash from the first reason, but let's be honest, Let's Go was more of a, hey, let's play for a bit, and then you can continue on with your life. But let's be honest, the core Pokemon games, they're more of a sit down, let's play for a couple hours and enjoy life. And it's fun to see, you know, everyone's hopes and dreams of a console hardcore Pokemon game being a thing, you know. Like I didn't play the Coliseum games, but I heard that those were like the handheld ones, but you know how long it's been since Coliseum? So I'm glad to see that these games are finally gonna make people's dreams come true, because like I said before, I know a lot of hardcore people skipped out on Let's Go, so it's pretty fun to see new people's experiences, such as my own. I'm not a hardcore Pokemon fan. I have, if you guys probably know by now, I haven't been a fan since Generation 4, so I'm pretty excited. Number 8, it releases this year. You know, I've noticed that Pokemon games tend to release every year nowadays. And while it's not a bad thing, it's cool to know that the hardcore Pokemon fans who skipped out on Let's Go will be joining in with Sword and Shield, and the non-Pokemon fans such as myself. And to be honest, 2019 has been, 2019 has been moving pretty fast. And the next thing you know, it's gonna be November 15th or the 22nd, and everyone who is looking forward to playing this will have it on their hands. Wait, how do I know it's November 15th or the 22nd? Well, it isn't confirmed by anyone or anything, and I don't have enough YouTube clout to have any rumors come to me. But analyzing the past release dates of the past 3 Pokemon games over 3 years or so, I can safely assume it'll be released before Black Friday. And if you guys live under a rock, you know that Black Friday is basically a day where Nintendo sells a lot of Nintendo Switches and a lot of games. So I honestly predict it'll come out in November on one of those days, unless it pulls a X and Y and it comes out in October. But if it does come out on either the 15th or the 22nd of November, come back to this video and, make sure to spread the word that Mr. Awesome predicted it. It's a wild assumption, but I feel pretty confident. I'm not no betting man or anything, but I'm pretty confident. Number 9. There's so much to be revealed yet. What was shown in the initial reveal trailer was just the tip of the iceberg, I can imagine. And this game looks to have a lot of lore baked into it, with the whole setting of Galar and this weird hill-shaped figure thing there. It seems like there's a lot of story to tell. And I've heard Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were really story heavy. Plus, we haven't seen the battle interface, or the professor, or any gym leaders. Heck, even the legendaries for these 2 games weren't even shown. So if there's any reason to get hyped for this game, this is it right here. There's barely information out there, but a beautiful thing is E3. Can't wait till E3 2019 to see if this is the Pokemon game that will finally get me back into the franchise. And finally, number 10. The memes so far are hype inducing. Now this might be a stupid reason to add on to this video, but to be honest, these memes are getting me hyped for this game, and it's further cementifying my choice of picking Scorbunny as my starter Pokemon. Have a meme showcase for my awesome people over at my Discord. Join my Discord community today because these guys are just the bomb. And if you haven't joined and you're currently subscribed, what are you doing? Go join. If you're hyped about Pokemon Sword and Shield, let me know what hypes you up down below. Shoutouts to H-Bomb and Nintendo Pati for helping me out in this video. They gave me a couple reasons to back up my claims. And also, shoutouts to my current YouTube members. You guys put pizza on my pepperoni. Make sure to buy your own very awesome Mr. Awesome merch and be part of these good looking individuals on screen. And as always, thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my 10 reasons. I want to hear yours in the comment section down below. Who knows, if I see 10 completely unique reasons, I'll make a follow-up video. Drop a like and hit that subscribe button for more Pokemon Sword and Shield goodness. And as always, stay golden. Bye.